Right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Doc Who Pod. I am Josh. Joined with me, as always, is my co-host, JP. How are you, Jack?
I'm all good, thank you. How about yourself?
Not too bad at all, thank you. And special returning guest, Bradley Fuller.
I think you'll find what we discussed. I am a co-host now.
I don't know
What
what
we
you're talking about.
discussed.
I actually don't know what we're talking
You
about. to
definitely
be fair.
do.
Something about your
Definitely do.
walking, unless I promote you to co-host.
Walking? What? Feel that?
Like, walking from the pod.
Is he having a writer's tantrum?
What's he on about?
What
He's
did
going
we
on
talk
strike.
about?
What are you walking about? What walking?
No,
No,
they're
like
walking
you're
away.
walking away, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking hell, that was hard. That was hard work.
Got there in the end, you know.
Meet-
You're the one
meet
that's
my
supposed to be,
demands and
you
I
know.
will still be here.
Oh, he's on strike, bless him.
He's done three
Right,
episodes without you, JP,
Mate, I'll
and he
make
thinks
this
it's the
pod.
dog's bollocks.
Yeah.
See, right, I am. 2,000 views on YouTube. Let's go.
Right, so this week we are celebrating the new year on New Earth, and we're taking a look at the Gridlock episode. In a word, Bradley Fuller,
Boring.
Jack,
Ooh, dystopian.
that's not your opinion of it.
So
Oh, my
technical.
opinion. No, I thought it
Yeah.
was very dystopian.
What does that word mean? I
Yeah,
don't
but
even
that's
know.
that's not your thoughts on it. Yeah, it is it's set in a dystopian future. That's a fact.
Fine, good.
Okay,
If you
there
want
we
me to
go.
change my word,
That's,
I would
that's
do it.
quite the
in-depth
drop
analysis.
from fucking. Went from like
Fine,
what's
I'll change my word, it's all
dystopia?
good.
Yeah, you went from a 4-syllable word to good.
Fine, we're going to whittle it down and, you know, be very choosy about what words we're going to do. Fine, good.
I'm going to go with disappointed for this one, but we will get there. Should we jump on over to Who News, led by our lead anchor Bradley? He's been missing for the past couple of weeks, I think.
Have you done any Who News while I've been away?
Yeah.
We
What,
have.
what
Yeah.
have you covered? You don't want to duplicate news, do we?
Go on, Jack, you take this one because I've completely fucking forgot.
No, we were just, I mean, to be honest, we were just talking about, we kind of
The
touched
Goblin
on the
song. I
news.
think we touched the Goblin song. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was going to mention that. You saw how close. Well, I don't actually know where it ended up. I saw they announced literally a couple of hours ago that Last Christmas made #1 in the UK.
Oh, I love
But
that.
the Goblin song, I'm pretty sure, was up there. It was doing really well at one point, but
I don't think it was in the top
clearly didn't
5.
make it. No, it wasn't. It wasn't in the top 6. I know that for sure.
It didn't do that well then, did it?
Well, I mean, for a Doctor Who song by Mary Gold, they've smashed it to even get in the charts. You know.
I wonder, they must be
I'd
making
say.
money from that then, right? I suppose it would be
Oh, yeah,
BBC,
100%.
though.
Yeah, 'cause it's a BBC song. But
That's
saying that,
interesting.
it's actually sung by a person, so whether she gets the royalties, I don't know.
I don't know. Just generic AI pop voice as we discussed last week, JP.
Yes, we did. We did discuss that last week.
Did you
yeah.
listen to
fair
the
enough.
song?
No, I've not listened to the song.
Have you not seen my latest TikTok?
Nope.
50,000 views. Thank you very much. What other Who News have we got? I feel like I actually did see. Oh, actually, question, Josh. Did you watch or have you watched Imagine about Russell T Davies on BBC iPlayer?
Oh, no. I knew there was something I needed to watch. I'm going to whack that on after this, to be fair. Was it any good?
Honestly, it's a great watch. It goes through Russell's life.
Really?
Sort of features about Doctor Who and does all the other stuff he's done.
Oh, very
But
nice.
you know, who was it? He gave. I don't know if it was a debut, but he cast a 15-year-old Kate Winslet in something.
Really?
Yeah, mental.
No
isn't
way.
it? Yeah,
I don't think
know.
he's
I
been
don't know if
going
it's
for
their
that
debut.
long, to be fair.
Yeah, he was writing stuff like when he was really young. Like he's been well involved. He was great.
Oh,
But no, it's a proper good program. Well worth a watch.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I'll check that out. You're missing the biggest bit of news, really, Brad.
What's that? I'm a bit out of the sync at the moment. So what's going on?
You're out of the sink.
Yeah, out of
You're
sync.
out of you've come out of the sink.
Yeah,
out
of the sink of the bath.
The new Sonic's been announced.
Oh, we discussed that ages ago.
Not on the pod, we didn't.
Oh, you've not discussed it in previous ones. I've missed them.
No.
Oh, that's well old news, isn't it? But yeah, that was announced literally after the last special, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually immediately after, wasn't it? Yeah. Did we not
Yeah,
talk about
because
it when we
got
did our
leaked in the
review?
next time. I feel like we might have done. Yeah,
No, I don't think we did. I think we must have just missed it.
maybe. I know
Anyway,
we discussed it over text, but
it's been out for a couple of weeks now. What are your thoughts on it?
oh, it looks dreadful. It's completely changed it. It's a computer mouse. I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know if dreadful is the right word. I think it's an interesting design. I think it's lost its screwdriverness to it. JP, have you seen it?
No, I've just no. In fact, I may have seen it.
It looks a little bit like a Tamagotchi with something stuck on the end of it. It is a weird design, but I'm here for it. I think they should. I think they're gonna have to rename it though.
Mm.
What they named it?
But then, to be fair, well, no, it's still being called this because of Capaldi had the Sonic glasses, didn't they?
Yeah, but they were Sonic glasses. Like
They were Sonic glasses.
so,
yeah.
they're still calling it the Sonic screwdriver, JP. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not. It's not like a cylindrical thing. And I suppose it doesn't have to be. But there really is nothing tying this into a screwdriver anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, really? So it's
I mean,
not
to be
like
fair,
a-
it never was a screwdriver, really. Why is it called a Sonic screwdriver?
Well, just because it's the
It's
sort
never
of shape
looked
is
like
what
a
I always
screwdriver.
thought. No, it's always been a straight-ish object, though. Do you know what I mean?
But you could call it a spanner, really, couldn't you? It's the same thing.
A Sonic
no, that looks
spanner.
more like a screwdriver than a spanner.
I don't know.
I don't know. At the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. It's an imaginary thing in an imaginary show. Do you know what I mean? But
True.
yeah,
True.
I don't know. I don't hate it. I think it fits with the rebrand. It does feel, and I'm sorry to say, a little bit Iron Man, a little bit sort of, a little bit
Are we going
Marvel,
to say the
maybe.
word? Are we going to say the word? It's a little bit Disney, isn't it?
It just is.
I think we said that in every episode, every review about the new series.
But yeah, I think it's interesting. I'm intrigued to see it, and honestly, I don't really give a fuck if it looks like a screwdriver or not. I think it looks quite cool, and I'm here for it. Okay.
Yeah.
What I did want to say is, it will be interesting to see how he gets it, because I didn't hate Jodie's design for the screwdriver, but I hated the fact that she just made it in a shed in fucking Shoebury-Ness or whatever it was she made it. Like,
Shoebury-Ness.
not Shoebury-Ness. Somewhere beginning with S. Like,
Welcome aboard the C2C train service to Shoebury-Ness.
Sheffield. That's what I'm talking about.
Got a
Sheffield.
bit of a difference there.
And she just, well, it begins with S, didn't it? But she just makes it. Like, I think it needs to come from the TARDIS, right? I think if it comes from the TARDIS, I'll be happy.
It does, but didn't the 14th Doctor's just get his screwdriver? Nothing. He just had it. There was no explanation for that.
Brad, the more I think about these specials, the more annoyed I get about them.
Okay, let's not think about them anymore then.
Why did his
Leave the
clothes
reviews in the past.
regenerate? Where does the screwdriver come from? Why can
That
he
was
make screens?
explained.
It wasn't. You can't
It
just say it's
was.
because
They
you
didn't
don't
want him
want
in
to.
women's clothes.
But why is it okay to have Jodie in men's clothes?
I don't know.
It's annoying. What's the in-universe explanation? Where does he get his new glasses from?
What's the Specsavers?
Honestly, the more I'm thinking about it, the more
Other
I'm
opticians are
disliking
available.
the specials. Anyway, this isn't a review. Of
Just
the
a quick one as
specials.
well, though. Just a quick one, actually. Did you see the slightly extended clip of the Christmas special of him running across the rooftop?
I'm not sure.
Oh, honestly, that little clips like that is actually getting me so excited for you to get one because he's genuinely hilarious. Have you actually not seen it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, he's running across the building, and obviously Millie Gibson's on like the ladder hanging down from the ship.
Yeah.
And he's running across, and he's like, "Oh, he's like, I can't remember what he's saying, but he's like, "Oh, what are you doing on the ladder?" Like that, and then he goes, "What is it?" He says, "He goes, oh yeah, I see a big floating ladder." And he goes, "Yeah, I'll give that a go, babes."
Oh, I
It's
don't
actually
know
well
how I
funny.
feel about that. I don't know how
Oh
I
no,
feel about it.
it's actually
Oh!
fun. Watch it. It's actually really funny.
The most exciting bit of news I found out today, you know his little moustache?
Yeah.
It's a fucking stick-on.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have a moustache in real life, so
No, but that's mad. Why wouldn't you just grow a moustache?
yeah, I don't know why he needs it. To be fair,
It's just really baffled me.
Well, maybe you can't grow a
Interesting one.
moustache. No, I can't grow a full beard.
Yeah, we know that.
Neither can you. Pipe the fuck down.
I don't try.
My two bald-faced friends.
Yeah. Oh, I tried. Yeah.
Well, that's about it. They're really pushing the marketing for the new Christmas special, aren't they? I fucking see a new clip of it every day. Again, it's one of those where
this
I
is what
feel
worries
like I
me a
know
bit.
the
They're
plot.
going to over. Yeah, I know. That's what I said about the first episode of the specials.
Yeah. But it's a
Um,
Christmas special. It doesn't fucking matter. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be
Yeah,
an
it's just
episode
a fun
anyway.
episode, isn't it?
Have we got an air date for the new series yet?
No, we discussed this last time. I don't think we know yet. I guess we'll find out after Christmas. Or they'll probably just put the Doctor will return or something. I don't know.
Doctor, do you think we'll get do you remember we used to get like a little series trailer at the end of a Christmas special?
Yeah, I did think that.
I
Yeah.
hope we get one of those. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think anything else to add for Who News? Anything you've seen, JP?
No, I've not seen anything. Again, the trouble is, I've been trying to avoid this stuff because I don't want to see any spoilers or anything. But now and
Oh,
again, it leaks through on Twitter.
that's where I was going to go with this, JP. I don't know if you're going to be able to watch this new series until we get to the new series on this rewatch.
Shit, really?
Because in the giggle, Brad, he does the puppet
You
show
got to
with
keep
all the
it in order, really,
companions.
isn't you, as well? Oh yeah, it's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't know if you're going to be able to.
Oh, gonna be forever.
So
Got to keep it in order, though. To be fair, I think.
I think so. Yeah, I think you need to be
everything
experiencing it
fresh.
how we experienced it. But anyway, we'll play it how it goes. We'll play it by it. If we watch it and they're like, it doesn't matter, then yeah, we'll let you know and we'll start doing it. But yeah, I'm worried because they gave away literally everything up until like everything they did. They literally did like a little puppet show recap of everybody's deaths and everybody that happened. So
yeah, that's why as well. Do you remember the first 5 minutes of the special when it literally goes back and explains series 4, basically?
Just David Tennant floating in space, reading a bedtime story.
Yeah, it was like a little narrator on
it. The more I think about it, the more fucking annoyed with it I get, honestly.
Let's leave it in the past until we get to it again in about 3 years.
Right. Anyway, let's leave that in the past. Let's close off Who News here. Oh, Brad, anything to add? Sorry.
No, I don't think so. I'll be honest. I again did not prepare for Who News because I forgot it was a segment.
I forgot it was your segment.
It is my
It's
segment.
literally your segment.
Anyway. But latest Who News is smashing it on TikTok. So yeah,
there you go. All right. No, good opportunity. We need to start thanking people up top. Thank you everybody for listening, continuing to support us, liking, commenting, subscribing. We are doing somewhat good at the minute. Whether it's just because Doctor Who is trending or not is yet to be found out. But yeah,
we did get a lot of hate, didn't we, on the second episode of the series?
Right, everybody loves that episode, but it's not good. Hey, a comment's a comment. I don't give a shit if it's good or bad. At the end of the day, I don't care enough. Like, I love Doctor Who to bits. I don't give a fuck about your opinion on Doctor Who. Sorry, listeners, by the way. I'll probably, but it's not going to piss me off if you disagree with me. Do you know what? And equally, I'm not going to give a fuck if I've upset you. Yeah, exactly. Just get on with it. Fucking hell. Anyway, but do comment if you do hate us because it pushes us up in the views and everything. So we appreciate that a lot.
Oh dear.
Right, insert end of Who end of Who News music here. And okay, so we've got Gridlock, an episode I wasn't that excited to come back to. Ended up really enjoying the first half of it and then sort of training off at the end, which I think is the same thing we said last week, right, JP?
Well, yeah, I mean, we said that about the episode last week, but I've got to say, I actually thought this was a lot better episode than last week's one.
Really?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
That's interesting. I saw on one of the Facebook groups for Doctor Who, someone just out of the blue, because the people in that group are weird, put, I've just watched season 3, and actually I don't think it's a very good season, blah, 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 blah. And everybody was commenting like their highlights and their dislikes. And interestingly enough, Shakespeare Code and Gridlock were most people's highlights of this season.
The whole season? I can see I can see why up to now.
I think this is as bad as it gets for this season for me. These are two very middling episodes. This one in particular.
One episode is worse.
Which one?
Lazarus.
See, I don't hate it. I don't hate that. But anyway,
to be fair, again, I've not watched it in a long time, so I might watch it and like it because this is something with the. So I didn't, because obviously I missed the Shakespeare Code podcast that you guys did.
Yeah. Did you watch it though?
Didn't watch it. So I didn't watch it. I then watched Gridlocked, listened to your podcast of Shakespeare Code, and then really wanted to watch Shakespeare Code, so watched it. I'd say I actually enjoyed Shakespeare Code more than Gridlocked.
Oh wow, interesting.
Maybe that was just because I'd listened to the podcast and got really hyped to watch it. To be fair, but yeah, no,
that's a nice bit of self-publicity there, Brad. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I know.
All right, let's talk about very briefly the opening with the Amish couple. Did it set the tone for you guys?
Right, you say the Amish couple. That's really interesting because I thought
what couple?
The you know that Gothic painting, the man with the pitchfork and the woman, the painting.
Exactly who they're based off. Yeah.
It is who they're based on, yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Who are
Yeah.
you talking about?
The cold open, the couple at the start that lie about getting into the carpool lane and then get eaten
I
by
know,
the.
but who's the pitchfork? Who are they based off?
Just
There's a
Google it. It's a
painting.
really famous painting. Yeah.
I think it's called like the Gothic couple
What's it
or
called?
something like that. Yeah.
Just Google pitchfork
The what
couple
couple?
painting.
Okay, let's see what comes up with that.
Please stand by. Oh, we are actually going to sit in silence whilst Brad
Yeah,
does
it's
this,
called
is it?
it's called the
Well,
American
you can
Gothic.
carry on talking if you want, guys.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I saw that and obviously
I do know it.
clocked it straight away. Yeah, you see what I mean? I'm sure they were
Wouldn't
based
say-
on then.
Why are they based off them? Is that actually true? Are they actually based off them?
According to IMBD trivia.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah.
What have they got to do with stealing someone? I don't get it.
No idea. But anyway, bringing it back, like, does it set the tone or like, how do you feel about this cold open?
It's I think it does, to be honest, because it obviously shows that something's going on because you don't know what, like they're in trouble, aren't they? So they're like, oh, they're trying to call the police, and then the car starts caving in, and they're like, oh, we shouldn't have done it, we shouldn't have done it. So it obviously sets the tone, and you're not sure if this is happening because they lied about the amount of people they've got in the car, or whether there's something else going on. But it's like, why
okay. So you felt like it built the mystery for you then?
Yeah, and it's like, why aren't the police helping? Again, is it because that they lied and it's one of those futures where it's like, kind of people are left to die if they don't follow the law, or is it something else? As we find out that the police don't actually exist. That's what happens.
Okay, no, that's interesting then, because I obviously, like me and Brad, we're rewatching this. For me, I don't know whether I've overthought this, but this is a bad opening for me. I think it.
Really?
One, how did they manage to lie to get down to the carpool lane?
Well, you can just go down there.
But then why isn't like how many times have you been stuck in traffic and you've seen people booting it along the hard shoulder or something? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd give it an hour. People have been down there for 23 years. Are you telling me there's nobody else lying about getting into that carpool lane?
Well, no, because they'd be dead, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but everybody would do it, no?
No,
like that,
see, I don't think
there's
they would.
one point where the bowler hat man, who's in the bottom lane, when you've got less than 3 people, and he goes, "Oh, it's 1,000 foot down," which means there's rows and rows and stacks of people in traffic for 23 years, and there's 1,000 foot drop below them, and they're not using that space. Bullshit! You'd be in there for about 3 hours before you eventually say, "Fuck it, we're going down a lane."
Yeah,
100%.
Then you get eaten by the crabs, and then that's what happens. And then the only people that are left, it's like if you was to you use the example of being stuck in traffic on the motorway, right? If you was to actually go on there, if you were stuck in traffic, you'd maybe see one person go along the hard shoulder, the rest just go, no, I'm going to wait like a normal person.
No, if one person goes, everybody follows suit, for sure.
Nope.
No, to be fair, I'd say think of it when you've got 2 lanes that then merge into one. A lot of people always sit in the left lane and queue all the way back. Only a select few people will go in that second lane and cut in at the front.
Yep.
Okay.
Because the majority of people follow the rules in the UK, mate. Not like Dubai.
Yeah.
You've been driving in Dubai too long. That's what it is.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so Brad, did it work for you, the cold open?
I thought the opening was pretty good, to be fair. Like, it set the tone for the episode. But again, I struggle. At the end of the day, this is an episode about a traffic jam. So for me, it doesn't really hit the spot. But we'll discuss it in more detail. But yeah, I think it was the best way you could introduce the episode that you could for what it is, in my opinion.
Just on that, you've given way to my main issue with this as well. Is for and I haven't watched this episode for a long while. So when I put it on, I was like, okay, this is quite good. This is classic Russell. He's taking something ordinary, i.e. a traffic jam. He's making it scary. That ticks a lot of boxes for a Doctor Who episode. And then there was, I thought, political subtext to it, being that, they've been abandoned by their government. They're down there. Nobody gives a fuck about them. There's no police. There's no nothing. The government is just out of sight, out of mind. So whilst I had that mentality, this episode was sort of working for me. And then when they go back up, or when the Doctor gets teleported back up to the surface, and it turns out actually the government are dead and they saved everyone by locking them down, I was like, oh, ruined it. I liked it more when the government were the bad guys. Now you've made them the good guys. They sort of lost a little bit of something for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do kind of see where you're coming from, but
Because then it is just an episode about a traffic jam.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, see, I don't know because I quite liked it. I mean, for me, that is like a level of hell that I would not want to be in.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know. You just would never happen. You would if I could not sit in I can't sit in the traffic jam for an hour, let alone 23 years. Like, what are people doing with their lives?
Yeah, but you can't physically leave, I think, is the issue. Every exit is closed, right?
Yeah, that's it. So they just kind of they just run you around in a circle and then they go, "I'll take the next exit."
But the
But if it
next
was me,
exit's closed.
I'd pitch up and I'd be one of the burger van places selling happy. I'd go and do that. At least I'm doing something.
But this is what I mean. You would have gone down into the carpool lane and you would be dead. Everybody would be dead. But anyway, so cold open, done. Doctor and Martha, they pop out at New Earth. He's recycling dates. He even says the whole, well, technically it's new. Literally verbatim, same as Rose.
New York.
JP, we spoke about it a little bit last week. You didn't seem to think there was any romance or the doctor was rebounding or anything. You thought it was an interview process. Do you think it's still the same, or do you think now he's recycling dates? It's probably.
I've got to say, I was sitting there thinking, yeah, no, it does look like he's recycling dates, but then at the same time, he was at the start of the episode playing his cards very, very, very close to his chest. And he didn't lie to her. That's the thing as well. He didn't lie to her, but he was very dismissive about his home planet.
But Rose never really asked those questions.
No, but she knew. He was like, I'm the last of my kind, everything like that. So Rose knew, but he never said that to Martha.
That's a good point. And then it comes full circle at the end. He's like, I just wanted to pretend for a while.
Yeah.
No, interesting.
But he never lied. That's the thing, because it's the one gripe I've got about this thing. The whole point is he does it. He's like, oh, because I lied to someone, but he never lied to her. She was like, oh, can we go? And he was just like, no, come on, why do I want to go back to my home planet?
It's true, though, to be fair. If you're going on holiday, you don't go on holiday where you live.
Yeah.
I agree, whether it's a dead planet or not. I like all of that. That bit where they're in the suburbs of New Earth. I find that all fascinating. I love the whole idea that, drugs are illegal contraband and you're selling moods and stuff. Yeah, as you mentioned up top, JP, it's dystopian, but it also doesn't seem that fucking unrealistic, if we're being completely honest.
No, it looks like the rough end of East London or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, but like you can see it like
more regulated, like
it just is going to be the way. Have you guys ever seen Layer Cake?
Yeah,
and it's the whole, you'll be able to go into Boots and buy cocaine one day. Like as soon as the government can make money off it, it will happen 100%.
Oh, I don't know. They're trying to ban smoking, mate. So I wouldn't be too fussed. It's
yeah, because they're losing the tax on it. That's why.
Alcohol will be banned next.
Yeah,
no, it never will.
100%.
It's just
you'd probably said 10 years ago, you'd have said the same thing about smoking. Look what's happening.
No, it's because they're not making profit on it anymore. There's no tax to be made on it anymore.
I can't wait till
they're still making standard tax. Think of even just VAT, the amount of cigarettes that are sold. Like,
no, sorry,
the most bought item ever.
No, you're right, but flip that. It's because the people manufacturing the cigarettes aren't making enough profit because the tax level is so high that they're now diminishing the amount that they're producing to the UK, which is why they're putting the restriction on it. Trust me, it's a real conspiracy.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
But anyway, JP, I imagine you like these suburbs because they're all based, or this part of New York with that we see in this episode is all based off Mega City 1.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. It's funny enough, I watched the latest episode of What If today. The first episode of season 2 came out. And it's exactly that kind of it's that exact kind of setting. And I'm like, I'm well on board with this. This is just it's like Star Wars. It's a used future. Which
there's our Star Wars link for the episode.
God.
We've done Disney.
I love it.
We've done Star Wars.
I was just saying, we made it about.
We should get sponsored by Disney.
Oh God, fucking, that's the dream, mate.
Russell, link us up.
I know, Brad. We would have to replace you with a woman. I'm sorry, you'd have to become a woman.
Why?
We're not diverse enough to work for Disney.
Oh, he's gone on mute. He didn't like that very much.
What happened there?
I don't know. You put yourself on mute.
I don't know what happened there, wasn't me?
Yeah, okay. But
Yeah,
I love that kind of thing. It's all very, like the woman comes up, she's like, "Oh, I lost." Oh, which, by the way, are her parents the ones that were at the start of the episode?
Oh, could be. Yeah, could be.
Because I couldn't work out because they never made it clear or anything. They never. But then
Whose
I'm assuming it
parents?
happens to a lot of people. You know the woman that comes up for the forget drug.
Yeah,
She's quite cute,
She
to be
said,
fair.
I was waiting for that. She's giving Amanda Seyfried vibe.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
"Yeah, no." When she comes up, she's like, "Oh yeah, my parents died on the highway or something like that," but it's never really, nothing else is really like expanded upon, I guess.
Yeah, could be. And then obviously Martha held at gunpoint, kidnapped.
Well, that's what I didn't understand because the doctor at that point didn't actually do a lot apart from point and shout.
What do you want him to
What
do?
did he do though?
Well, I'd just at least run towards them or something. I don't know. He's a doctor, like he can regenerate. What's he scared of a gun for?
He's not just gonna. Oh, I suppose you don't know. So you only get 13 regenerations, by the way.
Oh, do you? I thought they were
Yeah.
infinite.
No, you only get 13. Is
Ah.
it 13 or 12? 13, right?
How many are we up to now?
13, I think. Don't
Well-
ask that question. Wait.
Wait until the 50th.
Yeah.
Or actually,
Fair
wait
enough.
until the timeless
Spoilers.
child. Nobody knows anymore, Jack.
Oh, for
Yeah.
fuck's sake. I was going to say, because isn't David Tennant like the 11th Doctor or something?
Technically 10th.
No. Well,
but technically 11th.
technically
but
11.
Yeah,
Technically
he's only
also
got two left.
14.
So hold on a minute. He's got two
Yeah.
left, yet we've had Matt Smith. Who came after Matt
Technically,
Smith?
they're all the same.
Peter Capaldi, Jodie Foster, and
Jodie
what's his name?
Foster.
Jodie Foster. No, who's the Jodie Whittaker? That's it.
It's Jodie Foster.
No, I don't know where we're Foster from.
And then
Where did Foster
Unkuti
come
Gatiwa.
Yeah.
If we pronounce the names wrong, we'll get comments correcting us, and then that will push us up in the likes. So let's do that from now on.
Oh, good. I will say I'm not doing this on purpose, by the way. I just generally just say it as I see it.
Matthew
But,
Smithereens was my
Got the
favourite
Slakeen
Doctor.
coming back.
But yeah, I don't know. The Doctor really didn't do a lot. He just pointed and shouted, and then I'm there at I'm shouting at the TV. Use your screwdriver to unlock the door, and then it takes him about 5 minutes to go. Oh yeah, I've got a screwdriver. Unlocks the door.
Yeah, that was a bit frustrating. I suppose he probably wants the adventure, though, doesn't he? He's probably like, I'll give him a bit of a head start because it's not Rose.
Oh, he loves the chase, doesn't he, David Tennant?
He loves a good run down a corridor. David Tennant does, doesn't
Oh,
he?
he does. Coke floating.
So Martha is abducted, and it's all very
Mhm.
boring. And yes, the bad guys turn out not to be bad guys; they're actually good guys. They're just trying to get away. My only comment on this whole bit is he making her wear an honesty patch? That sounds, JP, you like raising your red flags throughout this series. That's a red flag and a half, isn't it?
I don't know, because again, that's never explained where she got the honesty patch from or anything like that. And then Martha just pretty much Martha just she rips that off without knowing how it's attached.
It's quite clearly just the sticker. She sees
Well,
the
it looks like a
Yeah,
sticker.
you
Yeah,
see
but,
it
I
as
mean
a
that could have taken off the bit of skin or something. Like,
No, that's fine. I just find it very funny that she's got an honesty patch on and he doesn't, presumably.
yeah, I don't know why. Why
Clearly
would you
she's a
have an
liar.
honesty patch as well?
Because the world should be a little bit
She's a
more
liar.
honest, JP.
Yeah, but just be a nice person, I guess. But
They should have a kind patch.
what made me laugh though, right, is Martha grabs the gun, which is a smart move, and you think, okay, yeah, that's not a bad move, and then she openly admits that she doesn't know how to fire it. It's like, come on, just pull the trigger.
No,
It's
that
funny,
happens
that.
after they say
Yeah,
it's
but what's she going to
fake.
do? If she kills them, how's she getting out of it? She can't drive a flying car, can she?
It's a fake gun anyway. They say it's fake.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a fake gun anyway. But she's like, oh yeah, I didn't know how to use it myself. It's like, just pull the trigger. Not that fucking hard. Cock it back and pull the trigger. But yeah,
She's not played Call of Duty as much as we have, JP.
Yeah,
Well, it probably wasn't a
I
thing.
quite
I
enjoyed
suppose
it,
there
actually.
must have been a Call of Duty back in there. Back in the day.
I don't know. I will
Um,
get shooting again. I enjoyed that.
So anyway, so then the Doctor breaks into Catman and Human Lady's van. Shout out to Ardal O'Hannon, absolute legend.
Who?
Did either of you watch My Hero?
No.
No.
Oh, it was like back in the day. It was just a normal sitcom, but the dad was a superhero and he was the dad in it. It's fucking funny as anything.
Oh, really?
And do you recognize the mum, Bradley?
No.
She is.
Where's
She
the mum
plays.
from?
Well, she's in like loads of films. She's in like Notting Hill and stuff like that. But she plays Bill's mum in Capaldi's season, or stepmum, foster mum, something like that.
Does she?
Yes, yeah. Must be a genetic,
Google
family thing. So presumably, pussy is a dominant gene then.
I thought that as well because they didn't have any human faces. They were just pure cat.
They're just pure cat, right?
Which, by the way, why does a cat have an Irish accent?
Why is a cat a person? Well, no.
I mean, I'm glad that the cat weird things were back, but like, it just, I don't know why he had an Irish accent. It was really weird. And
Speaking
Dean
of
Kittens
accents,
as well.
though, where is this episode set?
New York or new.
But they've all got British accents.
Do they?
Yeah, we don't meet anybody American in this episode. Yet we're in New York.
Yeah, but who's to say that England doesn't take over America at some point in the next billion years?
Yeah,
we
do have
rightfully reclaim it as ours, you mean?
Yeah.
I'll get the
Wow.
comments going. Yeah, anyway, I don't know why, but I really fucking love this weird cat man and human lady.
Well,
I think he's a great character, to bear.
Yeah.
He really reminded me of Bryn from Gavin and Stacey.
Okay, he's got that sort of soft uncle vibes, yeah.
Yeah, it was just really weird. Like, well, it wasn't weird, but it was
It's not
just
what I call Uncle Bryn, but
I don't know. It was just like, you know,
Because they've both got funny accents.
yeah. But I don't know. It was just some of the mannerisms and everything like that. It was just like it kind of reminded me of Uncle Bryn, which was, yeah, kind of. I don't know. It was a bit weird, but yeah. I mean,
I'm
6
interested.
years.
If he's
Though.
a cat person,
Yeah.
she's a woman. Why do they have actual cats as babies?
Well, we were just discussing
Why
this,
aren't
weren't
they?
we?
Where were you? Like literally
What
a
was the
minute.
solution?
Oh,
We've
we've
done
said
that.
that pussy is a dominant gene.
Yeah.
So you know how you need 2 chromosomes to be a girl or a boy or whatever it is, or I don't know. Remember back in the science? Yeah, but it's like science, isn't it? Like you need 2 green eye genes to make a green-eyed person, but you can have green eyes and have a blue-eyed kid. I don't know, something along those lines.
Science, mate.
I like it when they're like, yeah, we could call people on our friends list, and we get the first ever gay couple on Doctor Who. Lovely, lovely old ladies who I think are actually very, very funny.
Yeah, they're quite
hilarious.
sweet, aren't they?
And then, and then the doctor's like, when was the last time you saw a police car? Never. And the mystery thickens, the plot progresses. And he just jumps.
Well, yeah.
Actually, just before he jumps,
Mhm.
the fucking hymn that they all sing.
Oh, that's a bit weird, isn't it?
Oh,
That's never
so
explained.
weird.
It is fucking awful. Apparently, Murray Gold composed like a song that they would all sing in unification. And Russell just decided
The Goblin song.
the Goblin song. And I'll eat your kids or whatever it fucking is. Yeah, Russell was like, no, it needs to be it needs to feel more like a church choir. So they went for this hymn. My God, it's awful. And when Martha starts singing and crying, and
How does she know the words?
Yeah,
No, it's
I don't understand.
it's a real life hymn.
Is it?
Is it?
Like it's it's a real it's the thing. Yeah,
Oh.
I don't know if hymn is the right word, by the way, but that sort of thing. Yeah, no, but it exists. It's like an actual people sing it occasionally. I don't know what sort of people.
In a billion years' time in New York to sing that specific hymn.
I've no idea. It's very, very strange. But
Very strange.
and again, until they went up to the surface, I was kind of like, yeah, power to the fucking people, man. I love this. Could have picked a better song, but you know, I was all for it. I love that rallying together. And then the Doctor just jumps, and we go on a fun little montage of in and out of the same set, dressed differently. I think that's quite fun.
That's probably the best part of the episode, to be fair.
I mean, they do, you know, I mean, there's an albino there. Albinos are pretty weird. It's just like
albino, there's a blue man.
Yeah, there's a blue man.
Nudist
There's a
couple.
nudist couple. Yeah,
Which
the
I
nudist
would get
couple.
if I was in there and it was shielded, I would be naked 100%. Like I would not want someone jumping through my roof. You would be though,
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
I mean, I don't know. I'd probably put some, I don't know, pants on or something. But
Depends what time
I
of day it
suppose,
is, mate.
well, I suppose you two live with each other as well, so you have to, contain some modesty. But no, when I get home, I'm
Mm.
clothes off. I'm done.
yeah,
Maybe you'd have some
yeah.
pajama bottoms on. But no, I think it's
Um,
good fun. I like that he's still someone's bandana. I like that
oh,
he's
I put that.
pretending
I
to
said,
be the what does he say? The motorway inspection team or something.
yeah, that's it. He goes through asking for people's complaints, and then he just steals the bandana, which I then put the doctor as a crip. Because I
Oh,
think they were.
what?
It was a blue like bandana thing, wasn't it? You know, you get the Bloods and the Crips, the LA gangs, or LA gangs,
This is
the blue
so
and the red
far
ones.
out of my knowledge. I have no idea. I don't even know if what you're saying
Oh,
are sentences.
no, generally I'm the same, but the only thing I ever remember is do you not remember being at school one day and all of a sudden everyone just had to decide whether you were a Crip or a Blood? That's my only
No.
knowledge of this.
Oh,
I didn't
we
know
had a
what it
rough
meant, but
upbringing.
everyone just had to pick a side. I don't know why.
I must have been on holiday or something. I've got no fucking idea what you guys are
I do
talking
I
remember
about.
miss
that at some point in
I miss
secondary
gang
school.
warfare. I was on holiday.
You were in your own gang, mate. Grandad Sham.
Grandad Chef. I'm picturing more like me and Jacob Turner. We're above this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Luke Tomasi around the tree.
Fuck
Oh,
off. Oh, I love it when we mention names. It means I have to sift through this entire
Yeah.
fucking
let's
thing
go
and
edit
bleep
it.
them
Yeah,
out.
Yeah.
we should
Yeah.
bleep these out.
Oh dear. But
Yeah, I think that's
yeah,
all a good bit of fun. Again, what doesn't work for me in this episode is when you do see one, like Martha and that thing, they must be dropping down so quickly. But if you're gridlocked, there would not be space for you to drop down a level. That irks me. And then the fact that the doctor's just dropping down, dropping down, dropping down, and you see the outside, and it's not, like I've seen busier motorways, and yet these people are supposed to have been here for, pushing 30 years. Like, it just sort of breaks down, but I think it's still very good up until that point. And then,
But at the end of the day, this all just boils back to the fact that this is an episode about a traffic jam with some crabs at the bottom of it,
yeah, but it
and that still frustrates me.
but it could have worked if it was a political satire. But obviously, he's getting lower. He's getting lower. He's bumping into all of these lovely characters. Love all of that. And we haven't mentioned it yet, but he's then being pursued by Novice Haim, making a reappearance.
yeah, the
Mhm.
cat burglar.
The cat burglar. This is actually, like, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but this is the end of the New Earth trilogy, by the way. That's what these episodes are dubbed as.
Trilogy. There's only two, isn't there?
Technically, End of the World counts as well because it's got Cassandra. Like, it's all set. Apparently, it's all like this New Earth and End of the World is set like within 5 years of each other, I think.
Oh yeah.
I read that somewhere, so that's quite interesting. So yeah, Novice Haim is on pursuit of the Doctor, and I love when she turns up and he's like, "Novice Haim, familiar face. Wait, you were a bad guy last time." That's
Oh,
like,
I love.
yeah, that's a fascinating like little insight to the Doctor's life.
But honestly, I love it. Right, so they've got this very obviously English guy with the with the bowler hat and everything like that, which that was it. And he just says, like, he looks at the macro that are at the bottom, and the Doctor's going, "Oh, these guys built empires across the galaxy. They took humans as slaves." And he was just like, "Well, they don't look like empire builders to me." It's like, oh, okay, you've done your history. But his face though, when the Doctor says about human experimentation, it's just a picture. Like, it's just perfect. The look of like shock and horror on his face. That this cat lady's just landed in his like kind of car, I guess you call it. And then she like the Doctor's just like, yeah, but you experimented with humans. And he's like, what the fuck?
So then we get teleported back up. And it's been a while since I've watched this. I can't quite remember the order that we did this in, but and then it gets we'll stick with the Doctor before we go back off to Martha. So it all then gets revealed that there was this new drug, Bliss, and it wiped out everybody. Again, I like all of that. That's very good. But then it turns out the government locked him in the motorway. Okay, the government should have been the bad guys, but that's fine. And then we get the return of.
Well, they were technically.
No, they weren't. No, really, because they saved everybody.
Well, they locked everyone in though. They could have at least told them.
Yeah, it's probably only time to press one button.
The media and the government controlling what the common people do. You know, it's a pure dystopian future. They could have told them, but they just kept him in a lie and just, you know.
But there is blurred lines though, because it's does the end justify the means? They did do it so that they would survive. So it's not like 1984. But anyway, Face of Boe is back. Big up.
I know.
Oh, I love him.
He is a cool character. I really like the Face of Boe.
He is a very cool character. Any theories on who he could be yet, JP?
The Face of Boe. I mean, that's who he is.
Will we see him again, do you think?
Have we seen him quite a few times already?
Yeah, we've seen him a few times. And then he says, well, no, I don't think we're seeing him again because because
he dies.
The second time we see him, he says when he dies, he will bestow a secret. And he says to the Doctor about you're not alone. You're not the only Time Lord.
We'll talk about that later.
Is that what he says? He just says you're not alone.
Yes, but it's obvious that the Doctor, Jesus, it's not going to be fucking Martha, is it?
It could be anyone.
Could be Rose's return. Oh,
that would be a bit of a shit like thing for the cat lady as well, seeing as we've already come across another cat person in this episode, you know. But the Face of Boe, like, you know, the world's great or the galaxy's greatest secret. He just says to the cat lady, "You're not alone, by the way." Cheers, mate.
No, it could be like a motivational thing because the Doctor's clearly going through a crisis at the minute. He's clearly like he's feeling, I don't know if abandoned's the right word, but definitely lonely because he's just lost Rose. Maybe this is just what he needs to take Martha on as a companion. You're not alone, Doctor. Open your heart to her.
Open your eyes. Martha's right in front of you.
No, I'm
she's
saying
quite fit.
He's not the only Time Lord.
Yeah.
Not the only Lord.
Okay. Well, anyway, we then cut back. Well, the Doctor obviously have a lovely time. Love to see the Face of Boe. We cut back to Martha, and they're cascading through the fog. They're like, "Oh, it must be the machines." Blah blah blah. And then anyway, they get down to the carpool lane, and the weirdest other car is there. What is happening there?
What with the black cat and the two ladies?
Is that a Two Girls One Cup reference?
I don't know.
What?
I put what is up with that? I couldn't work out. It was like because everyone else, you look, they're either a couple or they're, you know, kind of on their own or something like that. Yet there's never any explanation of how
it's just two identical
compilation of people's come about.
And the black
so
cat
weird.
is so bizarre. It's so, I don't know why, but I was so taken out of the episode when that happened. I was like, what? All I could think of was Two Girls, One Cup for some reason, with the cat being the poo and then the two girls. Like, that's just where my mind went straight away.
That's a very interesting way to think of it.
That is one.
No, it's not what I thought at all.
No, it's not what
I generally thought. It was just like two twins that had been adopted.
A black cat?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, black cat's
What do you
can adopt.
mean, why not? Think about the sentence you've just said. Two twins have been adopted by a black cat. No one's ever said that sentence in the history of sentences.
This is a billion years in the future. Of course it's going to be different. We're well aware that there are cat people in this world, so.
And also, the black cat's a female, which I know doesn't matter, but it's just another layer to think about. Do you know what I mean? It's so strange, and nobody's talking about this enough.
What a mystery. I don't know. It was very weird. It was just like how has that come about? Like,
very, very strange. So anyway, then Two Girls, One Cat dies, and Martha comes up with a genius idea because she's seen it in a film, like the submarines. Let's just turn everything off. I fucking hate that trope. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah,
they have eyes.
Yeah, but they're not relying on the sight. It's proven they can't see anything through the fog.
What frustrates me the most, if you turn everything off, what is driving that car to still be floating?
That was my question. Where is it parked? It must be on top of
a fair point. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. Because like the whole point of turning it off turns off the engine and You know, kind of because I'm assuming they're working by sound, like bats in the dark. Like they work by sound and well, maybe not echolocation, but you know what I mean.
Oh, what
Um,
tune?
Whereas if they if they turn off the car, they turn off the engine. So why is the car not floating, or why is the car floating? Yeah,
Exactly.
that's a fair
Like,
point.
it's just irritating. And this is where it falls apart for me, to be fair. This is where it falls apart.
Right.
Yeah, like I'm pretty much out of notes now because I just sort of nothing really happens for the rest of it. She starts driving, he opens the roof, Bob's your uncle, done. The planet was
Yeah, no,
quarantined for 100 years, whatever it is. Is this bliss thing not still
23 years.
dangerous? Should he not be cleaning up some bliss before he lets everybody out? Is he just
Killed
doomed
everything,
to
hasn't
the
it?
new
It's
Earth?
been neutralised.
that's what he says. Even the bliss, even the virus that was
Bliss
genetically
died, yeah.
mutated died within 8 minutes or something.
Ah, right, okay.
Like
okay. Fair enough.
everything died, and they were.
But then
And
if they know it died, why didn't they just release everyone?
Because they were dead.
government's evil.
But they're not evil. They just don't know what they're doing.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go. That's the
That's all
angle. That's the angle. Yeah, government's useless. Oh, I like that. You brought me back round on the episode now. Just useless, stupid people. Just trying. Ignorance is bliss. Oh, there you go. There's another connection.
Oh,
Ignorance is
bliss.
bliss.
There you go.
There you go. All right, we've put it together, boys.
10
We've
out
put
of
it
10.
together.
Best episode of the series.
Stupid fucking governments. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, well, there we go. This is why this podcast is pretty good. We've worked that out, to be fair.
Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week.
No, that's it. He's like all to do with like incompetence. Like, and
Yeah.
I just love that. I love that shot where they go into the parliament, like and there's just skeletons everywhere. Like that's kind of creepy.
It is kind of creepy, to be fair. No, I think all that, everything that they do practical, it just works. All this CGI nonsense in the fucking kits of the motorway or whatever it is they call it doesn't really work as much for me, especially when, and I hate it when an outcome, a finale comes to this. And I'm sorry to say, but I've got a note that says, is Russell not very good at endings? I think it's going to be quite a common theme. It has been so far. This ending is just David Tennant pushing buttons and a CGI spaceship flying up. It's nothing.
Yeah, as I say, he's literally just the Doctor does what the Face of Boe could have done, but didn't.
Had he had fingers and thumbs.
Yeah. Well, the cat could have done it.
The cat, he could have just ordered the cat to do it. Yeah, exactly.
Why
So,
didn't
yeah.
the cat do it?
I think the ending falls apart for me a little bit. Martha comes out, they start singing their hymn again. The Doctor's talking to Brannigan, but then he's talking to Martha, even though he doesn't change the radio. That upset me for a little bit. Is he talking to both of them? Can Martha and Brannigan hear each other? Don't know. Just annoyed me a little bit. I even had a note. I'm sure he wears his glasses at some point, but it's not even worth.
He does.
mentioning,
He does.
You're really not
no.
into this episode, are you? Enough to.
Can I make a
Really?
confession?
Yeah.
You didn't watch the ending.
No, I've worked out why. Well, I've got to the bottom of why he wears his glasses.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
There's a Children in Need special. The one where he meets the Fifth Doctor, Brad.
What? The one with the celery?
Yeah.
His dad. Yeah.
His dad, yeah. And the Fifth Doctor goes to him, "Why are you wearing those glasses?" And he just turns around and goes, "Makes me look smart." So
I literally said that. I said that from the start.
We
I've
have
lost
said that from the start.
Have we really?
Yeah.
Yes.
That he only
Well.
wears them when he wants to look smart. It's an appearance.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying I've lost my motivation now
But
that
then
there's a
that still doesn't
definitive
make
answer.
sense because there has been times where he's worn them on his own.
There's been one time, and JP chalked it up to muscle memory, and I'm inclined to agree. So I think we can drop the glasses things now. I think it was fun for a season. We're in a new season.
All
we need
right.
a new thing.
All right. What's the new thing then?
Yeah.
I don't know. should we pick out one fit character every episode?
All right.
This week we've got the Forget Me Not girl. Gridlock was the evil witch Lilith. I think I know who it's going to be next week as well. Jesus, this
Yeah,
is
we do
going
know
downhill,
who
isn't it?
next week is.
And
the one after.
It's that weird hybrid Dalek human thing.
Don't spoil it.
Spoiler. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I purposely didn't watch the next live episode, and so I'm assuming
Now we
the
know
Oh,
the
Daleks
for
Daleks
are in it.
involved.
fuck's sake! The one time you don't.
God, it's like Secret Santa all over again. Except it wasn't me that got very drunk and ruined it.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, there's not much to say on the ending, like we discussed. It's just pushing buttons. The disease has killed itself. They're coming out of the motorway, but presumably the quarantine is still going to be on the planet. So they're not stuck to the motorway anymore, but they're still stuck to the planet. That's something to think about. Yeah, the fact that they've not got American accents, even though it's set in New York, is upsetting. But obviously, the main point of this story being here is the Face of Boe's secret that was promised in season 2.
Yeah.
You reckon there's another Time Lord knocking about, JP?
I reckon that's what it is. Yeah, he says you're not alone. There's no way he's talking to Martha. Well, I guess we haven't met him yet.
Who knows?
Who knows? And I'm doing the weird Tom Baker tapping my nose thing.
Tom Baker tapping your nose thing.
I suppose sort of kind of leads us into Easter egg.
I don't know, actually. Because I kind of... I went on the Saxon thing a couple of episodes ago. Couldn't find anything in the Shakespeare page, but then
anything in this one.
There was a lot of crescent moon symbols in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the drugs had crescent moon. There were crescent moon like posters. There was a couple of signs on like spray painted on as well. But then I'm not sure if that's a legit Easter egg or whether that was just people advertising the drugs.
Gonna throw it out there. Where is the moon, JP?
In space.
I was gonna say in the sky, but yeah. What else is in the sky?
Does
the sun?
Angels.
What?
Oh,
what? Even I was like, he's going to turn this into angels somehow. How is he going to get there?
Yeah. The angels live up there with the moon.
How often do you just see an angel in the sky next to... Right, one, how often do you call the night sky? You call it space, just to be very clear. And how often are you looking up at the sky and thinking, oh, that's a lovely moon. That's a very
just
nice
to confirm,
angel.
The sky is still the sky at night. It doesn't turn into space at night.
Yeah, but you would look up and you'd go space. You don't look up in the day and go
no,
space.
I don't. I still say it's the sky. It's just the night sky.
I'm sorry. You also think you're seeing angels, so I think you've lost all credibility for the rest of this episode. Thank you very much.
We just confirmed that Brad just drops tabs of acid and just goes out and looks in the sky and goes, "Oh, there's an angel there." Well, no.
It's better than looking up at the sky and going, "Oh my god, I can see space."
But you can. It is space.
Yeah, nobody actually says that. Do they?
At least mine's correct. Anyway, JP, without spoiling anything, just remember you are not alone.
You are not alone. Yeah, I don't know. I'm convinced that that's with the that's aimed at the Doctor. But by the way, though, why did the Face of Boe's like kind of, I don't know what you call it, tank just randomly start to crack?
I actually have the answer for this.
Good, because that's what I didn't understand.
Like,
like, so everything was going on, and then the Face of Boe's tank just cracked, and then that's how he died. And I was like, but why did that happen?
I'll tell you for why.
What's the answer?
The answer is BBC budget. It is because in the first one that he's in, they didn't have the budget to make its lips move. And then in the second one, I think they get the budget to make its eyebrows move. And then in this one, they're like, okay, we've now got the budget. We've got the puppeteers to make the mouth move, but we can't give an explanation for why his mouth is now suddenly moving in the tank. So let's get him out of the tank and then we'll be able to make his lips move. So they literally just wanted to show off that they've got a puppeteer to move his mouth.
Huh.
But, I mean, they could have done that in the tank and I'm pretty sure nobody would have noticed.
No, because why wouldn't he have been moving his... I like that they didn't do it. Because it's like an in-canon thing now. Back when Russell T Davies used to fucking care about continuity.
Why doesn't he care now? What's that a dig at?
Everything. I've been watching some interviews, Bradley. I can't believe we're back on this, by the way. But he was...
Okay, Joshua.
that was strange. I was watching an interview. I'm still pissed off about this whole regeneration and bi-generation thing. I'm pissed off with the fact that he said that. I'm pissed off with the fact that he said every Doctor bi-generates, because that doesn't make any sense. And then I saw an interview with him And he goes, when we're pitching things, what we're doing at the minute is if someone turns around and says that's not possible, that's what we do and we make it possible. I'm like, no, there are rules. No, follow the rules, Russell. What are you doing?
Push the boundaries.
No, I'm
Make it more
sorry.
exciting.
Not exciting. It's annoying. I like canon.
Not.
The best episodes of Rick and Morty are the ones where it's canon episode and it's evil Morty and we're following that storyline. I don't want all this nonsense about fucking different
Talking of
rules and
that,
stuff.
I don't know if it's a real thing. Did you see the actual crossover between Doctor and Rick and Morty?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, there's. I don't know if it's an actual episode, but there's definitely. I've literally seen it of like Rick and Morty interacting with David Tennant's Doctor, like in cartoon version.
Oh,
But
that's
it's not.
quite cool.
It's not voiced by David Tennant.
Oh, that's less cool then.
But it's cool. Watch it. It's good.
I'll YouTube it.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else to add to this episode then? Oh, just
No,
before we do,
dead.
I really love the ending when Martha just pulls a chair and he's like, "You're telling me about Gallifrey. You're telling me about his story." And because this is the first time we've really had the Doctor open up about it, right? And he gives his description.
But why her? He barely knows her.
Well, because I guess he felt bad for. Well, he says that he lied to her again. I don't actually think he lied to her, but he feels bad, so he tells her the truth, which he should have done in the first place, really. But
why her? I think it's a combination of he feels guilty. He's just had, the Face of Boe remind him that, he's put him in a vulnerable place by saying you're not alone. And I also think genuinely, I think she's the only one that asks. I don't remember him, or I don't remember Rose ever starting these conversations with him. It's all very sort of, flippant comments here, there, and everywhere. Or Captain Jack will eventually, will occasionally say, "Thought you were extinct," something like that. So I think it's just a perfect cocktail of that. But that is, but Brad, my question was, I seem to remember when he's saying that, Gallifrey appearing on the screen. No, or have I got that wrong in my head?
There's definitely a time when he begins to talk because he talks about. This is the episode where he describes Gallifrey, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm sure it then
Like
cuts
in
to
the glass
Gallifrey.
dome and
Yeah.
yeah, I thought it did as well.
But it didn't, so I must have got that mixed up with another episode because it doesn't show Gallifrey. So you got to keep on waiting for that, JP. But I guess is there anything to add on the episode, lads?
no, I think it was quite a sweet ending where the fact, as you said, that she pulls up a chair and they literally just chew the fat, and they she makes him tell her the truth. And I feel like they've kind of the next episode they're going on to, they're on a level playing field. There's no like secrets or anything like that. It's almost like a reset, which I quite like.
Yeah. Well, just before we jump into the next episode, then, love it or hate it?
I love it. I think it was good.
Okay, Brad.
I'm going to mix it up and say hate it. I don't particularly hate it, but I'd say I don't love it either. It's an okay filler episode for me. Nothing more, nothing less.
Oh, but you're leaning towards hate.
I would verge more towards hate than love. Yes.
Interesting. I think I'm very, very close to where you are with this, Brad, but I think it just tips over into love it for me. I think all the stuff with the Face of Boe is brilliant. I think the character.
That's the only good bit about it to me, to be fair.
I think there's
if that
more.
hadn't happened, it would be a solid hate it.
Interesting. I think Martha's development is fine. I think the Doctor sort of opening up is fine. I do like the supporting characters. Everybody that's in this is good in this, to be fair.
I don't know about you, and I don't know if you feel the same, Josh, and what your thoughts are as well, JP. For me, and from memory as well, I feel like Martha is probably one of the best companions up there. But I just think she's a bit aggressive.
I think that's why she's quite well regarded. It's because she is, it's apples and pears, her and Rose. Martha is a lot more authoritative. She is a lot more, we spoke about it for the last two episodes.
It's grinding on me at the moment.
Interesting. She wasn't liked at the time, I seem to remember, or I seem to be getting from like reading forums and stuff. No, she's definitely a retrospective, redeemed character. I don't think she was she hit it off at the time, but we'll continue to see, because I admit she hasn't done much in the 2 or 3 episodes that we've been with her as well, to be fair. Remember, she's not even a companion at this point. He has just promised her one trip to the past and one trip to the future. So Let's see how that develops moving on.
All
But
starts.
you didn't see the next time trailer, then, no, JP?
No, I didn't, but now I know there's Daleks in it. So thank you very much.
Well, there's Daleks in it, Spider-Man's in it, and it's 1930s gangsters. So
And
that
the Black and
doesn't get
Casualty.
you hyped. I don't know who that is. Is that the black guy?
Yeah.
If that doesn't get you hyped, JP, like, I'm not even joking. If you're looking forward to seeing Tommy gun wielding Daleks, you are in for a treat.
Tommy gun wielding? No, give a fuck.
Um,
You're fucking with me, though.
I don't like these 2 episodes. I'm just going to throw that out there before we get there. I don't know how
quite
you
like
feel.
them. I mean, I've not watched them for
Yeah.
a long time, but I quite like it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Ooh.
I cannot remember the last time I watched these. I'm very excited to whack them on, but I seem to remember not liking them. So,
I'm buzzing to watch them.
yeah, Mafia Daleks, JP, get excited.
Mafia Daleks, yeah. There you go. No, so we've looped back to Gang Wars again, just with the Daleks.
East side, west side.
There we go. So you getting the hang of it.
Yes, I've seen West Side Story. I know my gang warfare. But I think that about wraps us up, to be fair. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening. As we said up top, we love that you're still here, still listening to us. Sorry we missed a week. This is going to be our sort of post-Christmas, pre-New Year episode now.
Oh, you're not posting this immediately then?
Nah, we'll stick to our normal routine and we'll dump it on a Friday.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
Don't want to ruin the schedule too much. But yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. Want to say your goodbyes, boys?
Yeah,
well-
no, just to echo what Josh said, thank you very much. And yeah, we'll see you in the new year.
Oh, just to
And the
clarify.
Christmas special. Don't forget that one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Me and Brad presumably will be doing a Christmas special at some point. We'll work that out.
I've
But
got
Brad,
Christmas off.
you've
Future.
got to get to the end of season 4 before you become a co-host now,
Season 4.
Yeah.
Why?
because you've already not done every episode in season 3.
And that's not my fault. I don't see how that works after
What
our
do you mean
previous
it's not
discussion.
your fault?
What, you just did it without me because you didn't plan it well enough.
No, what do you mean? We plan everything. I'm always the one that's
No.
up until fucking midnight doing this, and then I have to go and sod it
Because you
edit
live
it
4 hours behind in front,
in front.
whatever it is.
That does sound like a you problem, though.
It is a you problem.
I could do this on my own.
Go on then.
All right. Daleks in Manhattan. It's going to be a solo episode.
I'm telling you now, if I'm not called a co-host next week, I'm done.
Oh, he's had an artistic
Genuinely.
tantrum.
I tell you
enough.
what. I'll put a poll up on Instagram
Carry this show.
when
Carry
this
it.
episode goes out on whether you're co-host or not.
Do it now.
Oh,
I'm not doing it now. I'm going to bed. I'll do it tomorrow. Remind me in the morning.
All right.
It will count as your Christmas present if you do get the promotion, though. I'll tell you that for free.
we don't even do Christmas presents, so that's the
My secret Santa was a McDonald's, for God's sake.
and you're welcome.
Thanks, Jack.
Right. On
No, I
that
put a lot
note,
of thought into it. as
Wish
I
I'd ordered
stumbled in.
more now.
should have got those cheese bites. God damn it.
I don't mind the cheese bites actually. Brad don't like them. Oh, this is another
No.
discussion, not for the podcast.
Exactly. On that note, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year and adios, amigo. Adios, amigo. Stop it. It's disgusting.
Bang a quick line in.
JP, when we did one of the specials, literally every sort of 15 seconds, I just hear.
Well, I told you I was.
I spent fucking hours editing that shit to cut out all of his fucking coughs. It was insane. There's still a few of them in there as well. If you did want to give the first sort of 10 minutes to a listen, we had to stop, and I had to say, Brad, you need to stop coughing. Like,
I was ill. I told you I was ill.
adios,
See, I
amigos.
was good. When I
Let
had to
me
cough in
say
the
my
episode, I was-
thing. Adios, amigos.